So, how do we know if what we are experiencing is lust and love? Here are some simple guidelines. The first one is intention. The second one is longevity. The third one is connection. And fourth one is freedom. Let's go one by one. Hello and welcome to episode 2 of season 1 of Inspired Living with Vishwas. Season 1 is dedicated to Love Decoded. And in today's episode, we shall discuss the most important aspect of love versus lust. We'll try and demystify some of the misconceptions between love and lust. So, welcome back to Love Decoded. In our last episode, we explored the question, what is love? Uncovering its essence beyond attachment and desire. Today, we move deeper into the heart of this inquiry by addressing a common confusion. What is the difference between love and lust? At first glance, love and lust may seem interconnected. They often arrive together, and yet they are profoundly different. To understand this difference, let us draw wisdom from ancient scriptures, tantric philosophy, and modern teachings like those from Osho. Let's start with some basic definition. Lust is known as kama in Sanskrit, is the intense desire for physical pleasure. It is rooted in the senses and is often fleeting. Lust focuses on gratification. It asks, what can I get? Love, on the other hand, is a deep connection that transcends the physical. It is about giving, nurturing, and seeing the divine in other or another person. Love asks, what can I give? The Bhagavad Gita captures this essence beautifully. Lust and anger are born of passion. They are insatiable and sinful. Know them to be the enemy of spiritual growth. Lust is insatiable because it is tied to the ego and the body's desire. Love, however, is eternal because it flows from the soul. Let me share a story from the Vedic texts that illustrates the power of lust and its impact. Sage Vishwamitra was a great ascetic known for his intense penance and spiritual power. But one day, the celestial nymph Menka was sent by the gods to distract him. Her beauty captivated Vishwamitra, and he fell into the trap of lust. For years, he forgot his penance and his spiritual path. When he finally realized what has happened or what had happened, he wasn't angry at Menka. He understood that the distraction came from his own unfulfilled desires. This story reminds us that lust, when unchecked, clouds our wisdom and pulls us away from our higher purpose. Love, on the other hand, lifts or uplifts us. It brings clarity, no confusion at all. In Tantra, love and lust are seen as two expressions of the same energy. The difference lies in how we channel that energy. Lust is raw, untamed force. It arises from the Muladhara or the root chakra, where primal instinct like survival and reproduction reside. Love, however, flows from the Anahata or heart chakra. It is refined, expansive, and connected to the divine. When lust is guided by awareness, it can transform into love. Tantra teaches us to embrace lust without judgment, but to elevate it through mindfulness. For example, in the practice of Maithuna, a sacred tantric ritual, the physical act of union becomes a meditation. The focus is not on gratification, but on merging energies to reach higher states of consciousness. Osho offers profound insights into the difference between love and the lust. He says, lust is momentary. It burns like a flame, bright and intense, but it soon dies out. Love is a slow burning lamp that gives light and warmth for a lifetime. He also explains that lust is ego driven. It seeks to possess the other. Love, however, is egoless. It celebrates the freedom of the other. In one of his talks, Osho recounts, people often mistake lust for love because love they don't know how to truly connect. Lust is biological. It is the body's way of continuing the species. Love is spiritual. It is the soul's way of finding unity. This distinction is essential if we are to move from surface level relationships to deep soul nourishing connections. In Buddhism, lust is considered one of the five hindrances to enlightenment. The Buddha taught that lust clouds the mind, making it restless and agitated. He used the metaphor of water. When water is still and clear, it reflects the moon perfectly. But when it is stirred by the wind of lust, the reflection becomes distorted. The Dhammapada says, Trishtaya jalamargena chalati raga sambhava Satvam ragam cha chindanti shanti pathe stitaha, which means the restless water of craving are stirred by lust. Those who walk the path of peace cut through this craving and find serenity. This doesn't mean that we must reject our desires. It means that we must master them. Love helps us find stillness, while lust keeps us in turbulence. So, how do we know if what we are experiencing is lust and love? Here are some simple guidelines. The first one is intention. The second one is longevity. The third one is connection. And fourth one is freedom. Let's go one by one. Intention, the first one. Lust focuses on taking, while love focuses on giving. So, in your relationship, ask yourself, am I seeking to fulfill my own needs, or am I honoring the other person's essence? This simple question is so powerful to help us realize whether our intention is that of love or is that of lust. The second way to experience what is love and lust is longevity. Lust is fleeting. It often fades after the desire is satisfied. Love deepens over time, creating a lasting bond. The third way to distinguish between love and lust is connection. Lust is rooted in the body. It seeks physical pleasure. Love transcends the body. It seeks emotional and spiritual connection. Ask yourself, is your experience rooted in a body and physical pleasure? If so, then it's lust. Or if your experience goes beyond the body and seeks emotional and spiritual connection, then it's love. The fourth mechanism to distinguish between love and lust is freedom. Lust seeks to possess. It says, "You are mine." Love liberates. It says, "You are free." Most of the relationships today are lust, where partners wants to own each other, and they often therefore say, "You are mine and only mine." Very rarely you find a partner, really giving a freedom to another one without any fear or favor. The moment there is possessiveness, remember your relationship has a tinge of lust. By observing these patterns, therefore, in our relationships, we can transform lust into love and create connection that nourish both body and soul. So, how do we seek now harmony of love and lust? Let's be clear. Love is not, or lust is not the enemy. It is natural part of being human. The problem arises when lust becomes the foundation of a relationship. In Tantra, we don't reject lust. We refine it. We use it as fuel for deeper intimacy and spiritual awakening. When lust is guided by love, it transforms into something sacred. Think of it like a river. Lust is the current. It is powerful but chaotic. Love is the river bank. It gives direction and the purpose to the flow. Together, they create harmony. As we end this episode, I invite you to reflect your relationships. Are they driven by lust, love, or a mix of both? And how can you channel your energy toward deeper, more meaningful connections? Take a moment this week to observe your interactions. When you feel desire, pause. Ask yourself, is this about me or is this about honoring the other? In our next episode, we will explore intimacy as a sacred connection, a bridge between the physical and the spiritual. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, let love guide your way. Hey, did I share with you that I have recently published a book called Love Transcended? It's a fiction-based self-help book. It is a story of Ishan and Elena. When love was lost, Ishan and Elena embarked on a journey of wisdom and intimacy, one that reignited their hearts forever. Grab your copy of Love Transcended, where love evolves into consciousness, from Google Books, Amazon, and many other online publishing platforms globally. See you soon. Stay happy and stay in love.